Time is produced by John DeSando. Listen to the full shows and read reviews online at WCBE.org. I'm Sommer Marie.
I'm John DeSando.
And it's movie time!
Thank you so much, Summer. And what a recommendation you made to me.
Oh my God.
This is a movie from
I'm
like
so sorry.
the last thing he wanted.
The last thing he wanted
Right.
was to watch this.
You know, who would ever create a title like that that's so open for cheap shots from critics?
Joan Didion.
On Joan Didion,
Yeah.
whose novel I suspect was really quite good.
I know, so this is the universe telling on me as an English major, a PhD student.
Yes.
I'm not that familiar with Joan Didion, but now I want to be.
She's pretty hip,
Yeah.
smart, and I suspect her novel from which this was taken by Dee Rees, would that be correct?
Right.
For the director?
Mm-hmm.
And if you, so here we are, you can already tell we're dissing this movie.
Yeah.
We can't wait. Maybe we should start by saying what's good about this movie. Actually, Summer, what is it about? Right.
Right. No, it's about a journalist played by Anne Hathaway.
Right?
And she is really interested in covering serious things like the anti-communism.
Right, Iran-Contra time, we're talking.
Right, this is the 80s, 84.
Right.
And
Reagan.
right, we have all these political undertones that
Yes.
are, but she gets pulled out of that to cover the campaign trail, which she's annoyed by. She wants to do like real serious journalism.
Pulled off because she's really too good.
Right.
Central America is a hotbed of intrigue, and I think she was getting too close to the whole.
The truth.
Yes, the truth of how we were supplying the revolutionaries and so on, getting too close. So she's pulled off to do Reagan's second campaign. Wow,
Yeah.
Isn't that exciting?
Yeah,
However, you always had Willem Dafoe to save your movie.
I know, right? That's why I picked it. I was
I
like,
know.
Anne Hathaway, Willem Dafoe, Ben Affleck.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
What a pedigree.
yeah, this happens time and time again though. Like, this should be a cinema classics that you and Johnny
Yeah,
Gallardo
right.
do. Great cast, crappy
Good
plot.
idea. Yes, yes,
Like,
yes.
how does it, I don't know.
From your perspective, and you're a writer and you teach writing, what goes wrong with this?
I think it's an overly complicated plot.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, there's things that don't make sense, like you haven't had foreshadowing, or like they don't, what's the word? They haven't earned it.
Right, and you're not invested. What do you care?
Yeah, why does you care?
The only one I care about is Willem Dafoe.
Right.
And he's not there after a while.
So he's the dad of Anne Hathaway's
Yeah.
character.
And he gets her to do
Ellie.
the most improbable thing I've seen in years.
Right. Go down and do a deal, which is basically these crazy weapons of mass destruction or war weapons. And by the way, he was a terrible father to her.
Yes.
And he's going through dementia.
Yeah.
And she's like, sure, I'll do this.
She is an upright journalist, and she's going to go down there and get money for guns for the Sandinistas, whoever they are,
Yeah.
who are not reputable debtors at all.
Right.
The chances of him being paid as $500,000 or $1 million seem to be pretty, anyway, just ridiculous that she goes down there.
Okay, you're estranged from your dad,
Well, yes.
who also has dementia. And you're like, absolutely, Dad. I would do
But I could see you doing this for your dad.
this. Maybe that's why I picked it.
No.
It hit a little too close to home.
I think, here's one. If we're talking about the fabulous elements of this.
Yeah.
What in the heck is Ben Affleck doing in this movie? Can you tell me?
I asked, yeah, as Johnny DeLoretto said, he was like, this is like an easy payday for him. He goes in, he's barely in it, he gets to be the bad guy.
You can't even tell what he's there for.
Right.
Except maybe the ending. But don't you think that's just a little weird? We have not been prepared for that.
Right, not at all.
And he's appearing now. The only other one who's good is Toby Jones, is his name?
Is that the guy at the end?
No, he's the one who owns the.
Yeah, he owns the bed
Right,
box.
yeah, right.
I don't even know what it
It's
is.
like a tropical paradise.
When he came on the scene, I was like,
Of
this is
course.
a cool character. Like, he's so weird.
But you're not gonna get it.
No.
Because they're interested in hitting every plot point
Mhm.
of this novel. At least this is what I'm suspecting. They're just letting stuff go all over the place.
Yeah.
Now, we're not the only critics to diss this. I
Yeah,
have to
right
admit.
now,
I
right.
mean, when we do our original analysis, we don't look at anybody.
No.
And then after we do, we see how far are we off the mark. When we are on the mark, I remember you were contacting me and saying, I am so sorry.
And it was like 10 minutes in. It was like 15 minutes in. I'm so sorry.
You said, and it was perfect because you would know. With your mind, you would know immediately this thing was way off the tracks.
Well, then I was looking, I read an article by The Atlantic, and
Yes.
the headline was Why It's So Disastrous.
Okay.
And they posited that maybe Joan Didion is just unadaptable.
And that could be right. And that-
She's so smart, she's
Yes.
so, so,
But their job is to make that palatable and entertaining.
yeah.
And there's plenty of stuff going down El Salvador and everywhere else
Yeah,
for a lot of good intrigue. In fact, there was a film named Salvador, I kind of remember, that was really interesting.
okay.
But those people understand that we are limited in our capacity to take all of these strands. And
Right.
so they give you the central one.
Yeah, I think it was overwhelming trying to get everything into this film in a palatable way
Yeah.
but I think there was a movie in there.
Oh,
think
I agree.
it needed to go through more passes.
And I think a woman down there as a journalist,
Mm-hmm.
and the number of things that are going on could have been immensely interesting.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
just that you can't get a handle on what's going on because there's so much.
Right.
And it's exotic, and we know that it was a mess in Central America, but it doesn't do anything to help us. Like, I don't come out of that
Right.
understanding
Better
that any,
movies.
right, understanding that any better, because there are no emblems there for me.
No. I don't understand, and I had a hard time with her relationship with her daughter.
Oh,
Because then from
Yes.
her we learned that she was privileged at one point.
Oh,
she
you're
married
so
a rich guy.
What is that?
But that we never
Exactly.
see him.
we got the kid waiting by the phone. Help me out here.
I know.
You know mom's not gonna call.
Yeah. I know. It just made me want to drink rum punch. Honestly, at this time,
Yes.
like the coronavirus,
Yes.
I'm watching this, they're drinking rum punch, and that's all I want to do.
Except for her sunglasses. I wasn't that impressed with Anne Hathaway. Am I wrong?
Right.
I
Yeah,
did.
it wasn't.
I mean, she seemed to be drifting
I think
through this.
yeah, I was thinking in my head, I don't know, she's a seasoned actor.
Yeah.
Were there no notes? Were there no things that she thought,
Yeah.
where is this going? Like, what?
Yeah.
I don't
But
know.
as we know, there's a great deal in the editing.
Yeah.
And they didn't have to leave in the shots of her from behind.
Oh, John. I knew you were going to say that. I
What?
commented on that too. I did.
What?
We of course won't include this.
What?
Yeah.
Her butt is out of control.
What do you
I
mean it's
said
not
I
control?
thought she.
Anne Hathaway.
I
It's out of
thought.
control?
Yeah.
I thought she.
I missed that. I must have missed it.
Anyway, and he was like, "You're crazy."
Oh my, she's wearing this kind of dress is meant to hide it. That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
He didn't. He was being polite.
But he knows,
Either way.
he knows I'm tough on that.
I
know. That's why I looked over at his he said, what are you talking about? Okay, so Sommer Marie. The film is the last thing he wanted. What grade do you give it?
Oh,
This is a tough one.
D minus. I think D minus.
Yeah, and I'm going to give it a D plus because I've actually learned from you on this. There is something in there. There's a great story in there. There's a story of intrigue. It has an international flavor. I think you're absolutely right. But who knows who was responsible for this? It certainly wasn't Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
And since Anne Hathaway will ban our show after our...
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Check it out for just how confusing it is.
Yes.
If nothing else, you know when you read those reviews, that you're like, I gotta see it. I don't care if it's bad. I gotta understand how bad it is.
And you know something? You were right. because we always select films that we know we're gonna like,
Mm-hmm.
and usually they'll end up in the A, B category. Here's one, and the reason I responded to you was that I thought you knew something that I didn't know. and I would, of course, I trusted you completely and went right to it, because I knew the take on it was not good. I know
You
it.
trust me too
I
much.
know that, and I didn't realize it was on your list, you know,
Yeah, I had a
for
list.
ones to see.
Yeah,
But we need to see bad films to know what good ones are.
absolutely. Need some rain to see the sunshine.